Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back. And I do appreciate the support. Guys, this gentleman on the screen, his name is Stephen Hutcherson. Not Hutchinson, Hutcherson. He's 36 years old, out of Bronx, New York. Shout out BX, you know what I'm saying? And this guy right here made a court appearance yesterday. Now, what he is accused of doing, or the crime that this man has committed, is totally messed up. And it happened in an inopportune moment on an inopportune day, Christmas Day. This guy right here, ladies and gentlemen, is accused of stabbing two teenage tourists in Grand Central Station. Broad daylight, and they're charging it as a hate crime. Now, I'm going to play this video for you guys. I'm going to come back and do what I do. But I want to say this real fast. There's a lot of people out here that are mentally ill. Now, in the case of this guy, people are saying that he might be mentally ill. It might not. Nowadays, who knows? But there's an increase, a big spike in just random people being attacked for no reason. And not only in New York, but all over the place. People are just targeting people at alarming rates. I don't know what caused it. I wish I could fix it. But this is just another one of those cases of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Check this out.
Suspect was arraigned tonight inside a Manhattan court. Let's get the latest now from Ashley Rodriguez live at Grand Central Terminal. Ashley?
Yeah, Natasha, you said it. We just got that update. Police say they now know what led up to this stabbing. They're considering it a hate crime, and the suspect, Stephen Hutcherson, arraigned tonight, accused of stabbing two young teenage girls. Reports say he's had 17 prior arrests and is considered an emotionally disturbed person.
I did see what happened yesterday. As for the news about it, I have daughters who are 15 and 17, so it's naturally concerned.
The thousands of Christmas tourists in Grand Central Terminal may not have watched Tuesday's news, but New Yorkers knew another violent attack in broad daylight happened again.
I have a teenage son and I have two younger kids, so it's very alarming that crime in the city is getting this bad.
It was around 11:30 Christmas morning inside the food court when MTA police were notified two teenage girls, a 14 and 16-year-old, had been stabbed by a man. Thankfully, their injuries were non-life-threatening.
It was so scary because, knowing it could happen to anyone because, they didn't know the person.
Within 1 minute of the emergency call, the MTA PD says its officers had arrested 36-year-old Stephen Hutcherson, a man the New York Post reports having 17 prior arrests. In the previous arrests, he had been labeled by law enforcement as an emotionally disturbed person. The stabbing inside a bustling Grand Central Terminal during Christmas, compelling Mayor Eric Adams to respond.
Anytime you have incidents in these high-profile locations, it sends the feeling of, people don't feel safe. And that's why we have to make sure we, zero in, make the arrest as soon as possible. And make sure we get those repeated offenders off our streets.
Hutcherson facing several charges, including 2 counts of attempted murder in the 2nd degree as a hate crime and endangering the welfare of a child.
I really do believe that it's the city is, safer than it's been, and it's something that an isolated incident.
But even with the suspect in custody, people want to know why violent criminals in and around the city's transit system feel compelled to attack not only unsuspecting victims, but now kids.
Just don't feel safe.
Guys, I want to read you this article, and it describes in detail what happened the day this guy stabbed these two teenage girls. And it's written by NBC News, and it reads as the following. A man arrested in the Christmas Day stabbing of two teen tourists who were eating with their parents at New York City's Grand Central Terminal has been charged with hate crimes. The victims, ages 14 and 16, were stabbed about 11:25 a.m. inside the confines of the Grand Central Dining Concourse in Midtown Manhattan, according to a Tuesday statement from police with the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, commonly called the MTA. The girls' injuries were not considered life-threatening, according to the MTA police. The The suspect, Stephen Hutcherson, 36, of the Bronx, allegedly approached dining area staff members and said something along the lines of, "I don't want the white man to get at you," according to a bail application. He then asked for a seat to place an order and told the staff that he wanted to sit. He wanted to sit with the crackers, an anti-white slur, it says. After Hutchinson was given a seat, he stood up and walked towards a table where the teens who appeared to be white were sitting with their family and stabbed a 16-year-old in the back in an unprovoked attack, the application states. As the family tried to get away, he allegedly stabbed the 14-year-old in the thigh. Hutchinson was captured less than 1 minute after the initial report by officers that were posted nearby without further incident, MTA police said. He was charged with an attempted murder in the second degree, assault in the first and second degree, attempted assault in the first degree, all as hate crimes, according to the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, which stated he's also charged with endangering the welfare of a child. The Legal Aid Society, which is representing Hutchinson, declined to comment on Wednesday. The girls and their parents were visiting New York over the holidays and were dining at Tartinari Cafe Bar, according to NBC New York. Both the girls were taken to Bellevue Hospital. Following the attack, MTA police said the 16-year-old has a collapsed lung. The manager of Tartinari told the news station she noticed the suspect acting erratically prior to the stabbing. They had no idea he was even there, and he just pulled the knife out and stabbed one girl in the back, she said. Hutchinson, who also uses the name Esteban Esono Asuzo, has a lengthy criminal history. He has 2 felony convictions and 9 misdemeanor convictions. The district attorney's office said he also has multiple open cases for other offenses, including criminal contempt and menacing. Hutchinson is scheduled to appear in court on Friday. All right, guys, that's the story. And this dude, Mr. Hutchinson, is a piece of shit to me, crazy or not. Now, they haven't said that he's crazy, but I mean, looking at this nature of the crime and then the random attack that he did, it leads some of us to believe that something's wrong with him. But I will tell you this. For him to attack children, it's unacceptable. Here these are tourists. You in a well-lit, well-populated area. You went in there with the intention of doing bodily harm to somebody. I wonder why he picked them 2 people. Said he wanted to sit with the crackers. What the fuck kind of talk is that? Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm from the East Coast. Racism up there is viewed differently than it is in different places. And it depends on what state you are in. If you ask somebody what racism is or how they feel about a certain person with a skin tone, both on any spectrum, you'll get different results. Me, when I was younger, I was taught a long time ago, don't let nobody hold you back and don't get caught up in whether somebody's decision made against you is because of your skin color. You make sure you cover all the bases when it's you looking for a job or you being out there representing yourself. Another thing I was taught is when you go outside and you do something, whatever, you have a tremendous responsibility to those that look like you to pave the way. Every man is a leader. And what you do with the leadership qualities, whether you carry the whip or you carry the bag, meaning you either be a leader or you want to be led, that's up to you. But my grandfather told me, as long as you in this house, I'm going to raise you to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? And I adhere to a lot of his teachings that I put into my children. Unless it's definitely, blatantly in your face, then you scream somebody's being racist or somebody's doing something to you or disrespecting you because of your color of your skin. Now, a lot of people don't have that idea, and a lot of people don't want to deal with that, and people think what they want to think. Me, what my way of thinking and my way of acting has worked for me. May not work for everybody, but I think I've done pretty well in life not dealing with this. Now, I'm not saying a person can ignore certain things, but this right here was totally unjustified. He came in there already with a negative mindset, regardless if he off kilter or not. I've been around people, you know, all walks of life that don't like people or prejudge people, what have you. And a lot of times, those that do all of that preaching and talking are the ones that are most miserable. I told you before in other videos, when you're sitting around here arguing with black and white, it's a lot of profit in that. And not from the people that are doing the arguing, those on the outside perpetuating this stuff. This guy, all in all, this guy right here had a whole bunch of priors. Criminal history, something we see all the time. Why did it have to come down to you attacking children? And then they attack the people in front of their parents. What blow was you trying to strike? Or what was you trying to prove by doing said action? Besides getting yourself sent up the river. And this guy is screwed. You are a black dude going in the white court of law in New York under the guise of a hate crime. You're screwed. So obviously, whatever he was thinking was basically his death sentence. That was a suicide mission. I've never looked at somebody and said, you know what? The issues within me, I'm going to attack some random person that looks the color of something I don't like or don't want to deal with. A lot of times the problems we have, we put the blame on others or other organizations or other things that lead up to when a lot of times we need to look in the mirror, and sometimes it's a simple fix. Change our mindset. Look at who we are. The things we don't like, we change. The things we like, we keep. That's the thing. A lot of us don't want to see the true reflection of who we are and understand that a lot of the problems we going through and the suffering we going through is our fault sometimes. Now, I'm not talking collectively as a whole, but I'm just saying the world would be a little bit better if everybody looked in the mirror and admit the faults that they have and try to be better than he was the day before. Keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. This should have never happened. This guy should still be walking around. These girls should have enjoyed their trip to New York without this type of problem. Girl got a collapsed lung just eating dinner with a fucking people. Here you come sitting around. I mean, I wonder why he picked them, though. That's the thing. I wonder why he picked them. And I wonder how long he was thinking about that, because he could have stabbed anybody walking through the thing. It was a crowded venue. Then you stab somebody and you run off. That's the thing. You do this stuff and then you don't stand on it. See it in different videos I do. Guys do crazy stuff. Girls do crazy stuff. Then run off like you're not going to get caught. If you're really about it and you do some crime, stand on it. Wait for the police to come. And then again, everybody don't see it like this. It's an unfortunate tragedy. This dude, Stephen Hutcherson, is a maniac. And I was in prison. I was in jail. And I sat there one time and I was talking to a cellmate of mine. And he said, you know, I've been coming back and forth to jail for a long time. He said, sometimes I question myself if I'm supposed to really be here. He said, because when I do get in here, I'm around people that are so crazy. I'm like, man, I don't even know how I got here. And some of these people really deserve to be here and have to be here. And when he said that, it kind of clicked in me. I started looking at people like, damn, you know, this guy right here can't survive on his own. This guy's just a walking menace. Maybe this is the best place he need to be. Maybe prison does serve a purpose. But there are some people that can't exist in society and feel better behind walls and in confinement. He might be one of them. You'll see people in the street that are just terrorists, but when they get into jail, they just as content and at home as they could be. It's crazy. It's crazy how that turned out. But it's an unfortunate event, man. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.